Hello guys, Quick Films here. Today I will show you a mystery, thriller film from 2009, titled Exam. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. 8 candidates for a top job at a mysterious Fortune 500 company are gathered in a windowless room with desks. They have passed previous requirements not mentioned in the film. They each choose a seat and upon each desk is a piece of paper that identifies them as Candidate 1, Candidate 2, etc. The invigilator arrives and sets the rules for the test. The test consists of answering one question and that there is only one answer. Inside the room, there will be no laws other than what the company permits, as such. The candidates cannot try to communicate with the invigilator himself nor the guard. They cannot ruin the paper, and they cannot leave the room for any reason. If they break any of the rules, they will be disqualified. The invigilator asks the candidates whether they have any questions. He sets the clock at 80 minutes and leaves the room. Once alone, the candidates flip their papers over and find nothing written there. They look at each other in confusion, and one of the candidates starts writing on her paper. The guard throws her out of the room because she has written on her paper, ruining it. A young white man begins speaking and suggests everyone to work together until they find what the question is. Arguing that for a job this elite, the answer can't be simple. It takes teamwork. He gives insulting names to the candidates according to their physical appearance: black, white, brown, blonde, brunette, dark, deaf. Then White thinks, what else hasn't the invigilator forbidden them to do? He stands up. Guard only acts when the rules are broken. Thus they are sure now that things unspoken by the invigilator are all allowed. At first, they try to read a hidden message in the papers by placing them in front of the wall lights. That doesn't reveal anything on the paper. When they break the lights that surround the room, emergency lights come on. When they carefully break the emergency tubes, they find infrared light. None of this helps them to see anything on the paper. They also find out that neither one will be disqualified if a candidate spoils another candidate's paper. When Dark tries to tell that they are probably missing something obvious, White dismisses her instantly. They try licking the paper. White urinates on his but finds nothing. White picks on Deaf, who speaks only French. Deaf displays symptoms of a mental or nervous disorder. He says in French that they only have to look at the papers while he tries to rearrange pieces of glass on top of his paper. They discover that Brown is a professional gambler, and he suggests it's a game, that the board of directors is hidden on the other side of the wall betting on who'll win. Dark is a psychoanalyst who seems to be the only one who has some information about the company, the products it sells, its expansion, etc. None of the other candidates could find any info on the company despite doing some research. Dark tells them that the company they all applied to, the worst job position beats any best job position in the world. It's a pharmaceutical company that expanded on some kind of pandemic outbreak. They found the suppressants for the infection. The CEO of this company is considered one of the most influential people in the world. White takes charge of the group as a de facto leader. Brunette discovers they can touch the guard as long as they don't talk to him. She finds a lighter in one of his pockets. She wants to set off the fire alarms because it may produce something other than water, revealing a photograph that shows the question. She gets onto a table but she cannot reach the sprinkler. White offers her a paper, and after succeeding, she discovers that White gave her her own paper, so she is disqualified and escorted out of the room. Black walks towards White furiously, saying, "I should punch your lights out." The room goes dark. Brown says, "Lights up." And the light goes on. They discover they are voice-activated. White bullies Deaf into tearing the paper and eating it. After following his instructions, Deaf crawls away. The guard puts Deaf out, dropping his glasses inside the room. White deceived them by saying the group could collaborate until they guessed, but after tricking Brunette into being disqualified, each one began to mistrust the others. As the tension builds between the group, Black punches White, knocking him out, and ends up tied to a chair by Black and Brown. White is unable to find his medication, which is required every hour, and begins convulsing. Then they understand that White is infected. Dark suggests that White is probably a spy for the company. Brown points out that Dark knows an awful lot about a company, and everyone starts to suspect Dark's the spy within the company and is working for them. and Brown want to get the question out from her with torture. When Brown is going to torture her by cutting her with a piece of paper, they discover that she is an employee at this establishment. Also that she has self-inflicted injuries on one of her thighs before. Brown cuts her tight. Her eye would be next. She still yells that she doesn't know anything, and Brown trusts her. White begins to get worse, and everyone looks to find where his medication is. Dark discovers that Brown stole White's pill and stuck it under his desk with a piece of chewing gum. Brown still disagrees about giving White the drug and slaps it out of her hand. It falls down a water drain. Dark turns toward the blank screen and pleads for help and is disqualified as a result. Blonde takes the pill out with her hair clip and forces the medicine into White's mouth, and he recovers almost instantly. They free him. He points out that time is running out, and there are 4 of them left. White believes only one of them can win. He and Black begin arguing and race to get the guard's gun. After pummeling White to the wall, Black takes the gun and, after being provoked, he pulls the trigger, but they discover the gun didn't actually fire. They break out into a fight. White stabs Black with a pencil and gains possession of the firearm, and tries to shoot Black, but the gun doesn't shoot once again. White figures out that the guard may only shoot the gun, so he puts the gun into the guard's hand. White threatens everybody that they must leave or be killed. Valuing his life, Brown leaves. Blonde leaves and shouts lights out to allow Black to win. In the dark, White shoots Black in the chest. Blonde has not entirely left the room. One of her feet remains partially in the room. White sees this and wants to shoot her, then suddenly the clock starts blaring, signaling that the time has run out. White shouts to the other side of the wall that he's won. Guard puts his hand on White's shoulder and shows him there is still time left. He loses because Def has adjusted the clock so that the 80-minute time slot has not yet expired. He tries to shoot himself with a gun, but he fails because, as recalled, the gun will only work in the guard's hands. The glass wall is turned on, and White can see the silhouette of the invigilator. He looks crushed and realizes that it has all been futile. The guard disqualifies him and leads him out. Blonde fully enters the room again and picks up her paper. She fumbles with the pieces of glass in Def's glasses and reads question 1 written on the paper's watermark in tiny print. She offers it to the Def, who returns to the room, and she says no, answering the question put forth, "Are there any questions?" She is offered the job. They explain that Def is the CEO of the company. He is a troubled but genius scientist who has discovered a pill to heal wounds incredibly fast. Blonde says that she may not accept the job. When the invigilator points to why she went through all the trouble if she didn't want the position, she points to Black lying on the floor and says it's unacceptable. The invigilator asks, "Who told you that he's dead?" She approaches Black and sees that the bullet wound is almost healed. The invigilator says that they put the fast-healing pill inside the bullet. They own the formula for the medicine, which also healed Black's illness, but it can only be manufactured in minimal quantities. The new director needed to have sympathy alongside ambition, intelligence, drive, and hard work. Blonde accepts the job right away. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this.